Hello, Reckoning7 here, and welcome back to Combat Mission Battle for Normandy, where we once again join the Argyll and Southern Highlanders. This time we are rejoining 13th, 14th and 15th Platoon of C Company as we defend the bridgehead from a German counterattack. And it's stabilised, actually. We've managed to hold them off. It has been an incredibly bloody encounter, and we have lost a significant portion of our forces, and really these three platoons are combat ineffective for the rest of the campaign. Not that I think they feature in the actual Scottish Quarter campaign, but certainly in terms of IRL status, these guys are in a bad shape. And in fact, our entire 14th platoon, or what was left of it when we started this mission, has been wiped out, and now we're holding firm with the dregs of 13th and 15th. But as I said, we have stemmed the German tide. We are holding the objective area, which you can see in green, with our kind of thin blue line. And by and large, we've kept the Germans away from it, with the exception of a small pocket based around this farmhouse. Meanwhile, the real heroes of this engagement, I will say, have been our universal carriers. And they have been roaming about doing fantastic work for us. And the real kind of two key accomplishments they've done is they have effectively neutralised this armoured car that the Germans went to support by just machine gun fire causing injury or casualty to the drivers. This is now mobile. Machine gun is still active, and as you'll have seen from a previous video, when we tried to attack it with a Piat from in front, it's still very much lethal. Meanwhile, this carrier has been doing a good job of chasing off the kind of German firebase. So between an HQ team and a heavy machine gun team, they've kind of disrupted them and pushed them back. Probably not caused that many casualties, but at least they have nullified the supporting fire. So we have 11 minutes left on the clock. The question is how much more damage we can do to the Germans, and is there any way we can push them out of that objective zone? So there's two things we're going to do. One I talked about previously in the last video about potentially trying to get another Piat team up here to get behind and nullify this vehicle. Again, partly for the kind of point score to end, but also maybe if we can do enough damage we can convince the Germans to surrender. So to that effect, I'm going to bring this carrier all the way back down here, and I'm going to bring one of my few remaining Piats. I think I've got 2 left, but this chap does have 4 shells at least, to come over and get a ride back up. And having learned my lessons previously, I'm going to take the long route back, come in behind, and we can drop off and fire Piats at our leisure. We also know from my overconfidence last time, unfortunately getting this Piat chap murdered, that there's a German a German MG team lurking somewhere around here. So that's why I've got this hunt command. Hopefully we'll get them spotted and taken out. There's a bit of a risk that we don't spot them until we're very close, and he used grenades against our carrier. And as we've seen earlier in the scenario, they are quite effective at injury and demobilization. I do believe there's a second MG team somewhere around here, but as long as they don't get in our way too much, then it's not much of a concern. The other thing I'm going to do is with this guy, I'm probably going to let him continue shooting at what he can see for the next minute, but then I am going to turn him around and trundle him down in this direction to see if we can't apply some fire on the back of the Germans hiding behind this house. So we did some great work last episode clearing out a couple of German squads in this garden, and we also chased an MG team from a second story, although to be honest I think they've just nipped downstairs. I don't think we actually got any casualties. But if we can now put our own machine gun fire into the back of them, that might cause some injuries or convince them to run away. Also to that effect, as I've got this kind of team here, I'm going to bring them over, and because I think there's no real German line of sight to them, start kind of moving them around as potential flanking force. Not particularly strong, but we're not particularly strong anywhere in terms of infantry, but may prove useful, so I'll get them moving. Only thing to talk about is I have actually split off, here we go, 3 of the rifles from this fairly healthy section. I think there's 8 men left in it. That's not what I have. Here it is. Yes, there was 7, I should say. I think that's probably the strongest section we had on map, to be honest. But they'd lost their Bren carrier. Not Bren carrier, their Bren gunner. And so their firepower was pretty weak. So what I'm going to do is I'll get these 3 guys to go around and doing some buddy aid from the unfortunate chaps in this field who've been wounded, and hopefully pick up a few automatic weapons. I've got a few stands lying around. occasional Bren. Might see if we can get this section kind of increase the firepower. Not sure we'll get a chance to use it, but I might as well grab it just in case these guys do appear in a later scenario. I was obviously confident of them not doing that before, and that didn't transpire. So without further ado, let's kind of kick on with the next first minute. I'm not expecting too much to happen. Yeah, I'll leave him where he is, hunting those Germans. Doing more to really upset them and displace them. We are causing casualties, but I think we'll have to take what we can get. And I think it's, as long as they're not providing fire support, then the more immediate focus, I'll jump over there in a minute, will be to kick out the Germans from that objective, to really secure the victory here, which, to be honest, I can't believe I'm talking about, given how this scenario started. So, who on earth has this spot? It's the guy in the back. I always forget he gets like an extra spot. Anyway, so we have seen him, and they've seen them both in the opening up. Excellent. So that oh, there's lots of them. So we've got, he's just a rifleman. That's actually a marksman there. Then we've got just a rifleman. Where are the machine gunners? And that's just a rifleman. There are more Germans lurking here than I anticipated. Because none of these chaps have a machine gun. Right, hopefully we can actually inflict some casualties though. There's one, that's good. I'm slightly worried about this chap really close up. Oh, hello. There's two of them. Do you have a machine gun, sir? No, another rifleman. Wow. I underestimated how many Germans were left alive up here. And they are horribly close for... Yeah, I was about to say something like that. And looks like we've lost our scout on the back. Found the machine gunner. How is that for close range? Wow, we are so lucky that none of that injured us. I think it... I'm trying to work out if it was actually... Well, I'm going to work out. I can find out if it was the guy in the back that got injured or the guy in front and then we switched. Oh no, it was the guy in the back. It wasn't actually the grenade. It was that. Interesting. Right. He's shooting back. Come on. Got him. Good. This is pretty touchy. Yeah, it's obviously problems fighting at night. Very short spotting ranges, and yeah, these things are not particularly well protected. But one less machine gunner kicking around up here, so I will take that for just now. But obviously, if these guys find more grenades, this is not a particularly healthy position for my carrier to be in. So I'll look at that. Meanwhile, we have lost sight of everyone over here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this chap, start his turnaround, and you are going to head over in this direction. In fact, I might put a little bit of a kind of hunt command just as we start edging closer, because there may be some Germans who've run off that are hiding kind of at the back here. So we'll have you kind of come in like this for just now, and then see what we want to do with you. Meanwhile, has this chap unsurrendered himself? He has. So he was sitting arms in the air for quite a significant length of time, actually. But the Germans never came in and secured him as a prisoner, and they obviously have since been cleared out, and so he is now up and rearing again. At some point, I want to move him over to this window, but I'm going to say not just yet, because if there's any Germans there, he will, you know, his morale is completely shot. And he will give up pretty quickly. I'm going to, yeah, have these guys kind of move around this way. It's a bit of a risk, but I don't think there's any Germans over in this area. I think they've all kind of concentrated in here, which is a bit of an assumption. I suppose it's one I'm willing to take at the minute. Right, let's push up that way. Excellent. You are moving. You are immobilized, and then we just got to decide what to do with you. Yeah, you're not happy. Now, yeah, with two Germans we know about, he's running away. This guy's pretty close, so could potentially lob things at us. But we might just ignore him, to be perfectly honest. And just kind of get out of dodge. Which might be the best way to go about it. So we can relocate some of our other teams up this way. That's a bit of a tight angle. Because once, if we do get, where are they? You know, if we do get these guys up here, it's only a couple other rifles to be honest. So they're probably not going to come off particularly well against German infantry. So I'll not get my hopes up about helping to clear out, but it's something. And actually, just having them in the brain carrier might help with spotting. Right. Anyway, let's crack on. Those guys moving into the medicing, that is fine. I should have been up here, and that is a very bad sign. And that is what we feared of. So I'm assuming we'll see the grenade flying from over this way. There it comes. Ah, maybe I should have just shot him. Immobilized. 2 down. That's unfortunate. Ah, it's really unfortunate. These guys have been doing such good work for us. Okay. So we may have to give up on our ambitions to inflict more damage up here and really just concentrate on clearing out the Germans down here. Of which someone has reared their heads. This was... actually, it may have, if it's a fair point, it might not be a machine gun team because that's an MP40. And these guys are continuing to put some fire back into them. Okay. That's good, and we'll get a lot of fragging out. We can get this guy to move to this side of the house and see if there's anyone lurking in the back garden. But again, I'd like to get some other areas of support up there. You just got frightened and ran away. Oh, this is useful. So is that? It's actually the guy in the building you've spotted. It is. Okay, so you're putting some fire in from behind. Which is good, although because he's in hunt order, it means he won't travel any further forward. I would probably quite like him to do. Hang on. Who or what happened here? Ah, these guys who had sent up to do some medicing and potentially grab a weapon spotted a lone German and put a rifle bullet in his back. In fact, that may have been a Webley. Let's have a quick look. Are you out of ammo? Yes. That's why you're not using your Bren. I see. Okay. It was. Pistol, short range. Don't often see that. Excellent. Okay, and I just want to just check the tail end of this. Oh, it's a whole team in here, okay. So what can we see? Yeah, machine gun and MP40 and rifleman. I think we just lose sight of them. They are going to be hard to dig out. And I don't really want to risk a lot of lives doing it. Okay. I'd like you to continue to move forward a little bit though. Not too much further forward. But yeah, do please keep putting some fire at the back of those guys, although I don't know how effective it's going to be. I'll just give you a hard target, that's fine. You guys came under fire from somewhere. Potentially if they've gone up into the second story you might have cropped a little bit, but I'm slightly surprised by that. No indication of them being anywhere else. Do come up to here. I think we should make it across there, okay? We'll see if we want to poke our heads around the corner. Meanwhile, has the time come for you to stick your nose out? It might have done, you know. I tell you to face this way. What are you going to find? Maybe sending that man to his doom. Though interestingly, Is there a way through here? Yes, there is. So potentially, we could come in, and if there's a lot of guys just chilling out in the garden, stack up this house where these guys are completely useless because they don't have an angle on us, which might be an interesting angle in we could use. Let's just kind of scout it out for the next minute. Meanwhile, what to do with these guys? Probably just leave them. I'm not planning on romping them all the way across the countryside. We won't get the kill on that armoured car, but so be it. This is now where we're going to win or lose this scenario, I think. Okay. So he's gone over to his window. What can we see? Not a lot. Try and find a reasonable viewing position. Right, we'll come around this way. See if we get any more spots coming in. Lots have cleared out. Okay. No, it looks like there was a lot of Germans in that back garden, but either they've kind of joined up upstairs in this building, or they've been cleared out. And that's a bad flashy sign. Okay, so I think we've just taken a casualty there. Yeah, okay. So it's these guys picking a fight with the machine gunner upstairs there, coming off worse for it, unfortunately. May just pull him out of position. It's one Stein gun against a full infantry team. It's not a winning combination. Oh, although, hang on. What I have just seen, this is not going all the Germans' way. Just a rifleman, but I'll take it. We can start putting more damage on these people, the better. Okay. Tell you what I might do with this team actually is just scout out this the very edge over here. Make sure that's clear. Because if there's any Germans in this activity in the objective, then it's definitely going to be considered a kind of jointly held. Okay. Let's go in. Guys that were doing the medicing. Oh, let's clear your target arc. You are still doing that medic there. Fine. You are probably going to want to actually come back along this road. I know I've just made you run all that way. I'm not going to make you run back. I just have to check how you're doing health-wise. Fitness-wise, I should say. And I'd very much like you kind of hunt up to here. Yeah. Just make sure this area is clear. We can use this as a fire base if need be. The machine gun still works, it just doesn't move. Meanwhile, let's clear your target arc. Again, we're just going to start moving out to check the edges of our objective area. Let's have you move up here and just hunt up to the edge. Make sure there's none of them lurking just on the other side of the edge there. And these guys have done such good work. Let's bring them round into here, and we'll consider pushing them through as well. Although, if it's only the team in here, we could have a hard job dislodging them, to be perfectly honest. We shall do what we can. Let's have you scoot just a little bit closer. Meanwhile, I kind of also want to check there's no one lurking in here. That's probably going to fall on these guys to do it. Well, let's see if we can't quickly get you across into here. And just have you hunt up to the edge of this hedge. Good. And again, we're just checking out for stragglers that are kind of been had the morale damaged and run away, but haven't quite left the objective. So just to be clear again, this is green squares, the one we're talking about. Yeah, so if they have obviously any people hanging about in this, then they get points towards it. Assuming, of course, they have the same objective we do, but our mission is to make sure they don't secure it. So I'm guessing they do. Right, let's keep going forward. Time's marching on, and we should be able to finish this scenario in this episode. Oh. This is probably about to go badly for these guys. By which I mean my Tommies. Because defenders usually have the advantage in these scenarios. However, just one rifleman, that's not too bad. We do have an automatic weapon. Interesting, we didn't make the spot. Who did? You did. Okay. Are you going to open fire? Yes, you are. Good stuff. And you're going to drive them off as well. If I can find them. Where has he gone? Just run it through. No, that's our guys. Oh, there he is there. So it looks like there's definitely more than just him. Because his team icon is moving and he is not. Interesting, okay. So a few more Germans we've got to deal with than we perhaps had thought. Which again is going to be a fairly big ask given the few numbers of people we've got going, but that worked out pretty well for us, and these guys look like they're running away, which I'm all on board with. That, however, I'm not on board with. Where did that come in from? Might be just there actually. Oh, here's one guy there. And we'll probably see a grenade coming. There it comes there. Unfortunately, I don't know how well these guys are going to take it. So, a couple things we can do to help them out. For starters, we're going to... Well, let's jump into the command phase. I think we're just going to put some area fire into these woods. Spin round. Yeah. Just do that. Fire into it. Upset them. Do what we can. I'm not 100% sure if I want to use you because you're in a terrible state of morale, but I'm going to bring you over here just in case I want to put some suppressive fire on that upstairs. Likewise with yourself. Although fighting between a hedge and a building usually wins, but I would like some options, so I'll move you guys around. Similarly, I'd like to get you guys to move yourselves downstairs in here, just in case you see some of these guys fleeing through. And that'll give us an ability to hopefully catch them out of these woods. You know, let's scoot you forward a little bit, see if you can get... It's not the greatest angle on this up stories, but we can do what we can. Just keep the fire going. That is not where I told you to shoot. There we go. Keep it in, see if we can get them rattled and running and doing what we can. Okay. Excellent. These guys are still medicing. Okay. Alright, let's push on. Next minute. Let's probably start over here and see what happens in these woods. Looks like the Germans are pulling out though. Which is good, and looks like our boys aren't running, although they're currently unresponsive. Yeah, they're shaking. Which is about all I can hope for at the minute. So it's probably 2 infantry squads of unknown strength. Interestingly, this chap hasn't spotted anything. Oh. Interesting place to move to, but okay. We don't have a lot of firepower over here. We just get these 2 chaps who are not particularly happy about life. Have we spotted the Germans up in the second story? Oh no, tell a lie, he's gone downstairs. Okay, that's good. Hopefully we can... well, assuming it's a different squad and not just... sorry, assuming it's the same squad and not a different one, it might be useful if we can, if it's showing they're starting to come under pressure of this constant fire. Okay, gonna hit done. Let's get you to switch your fire. Right, you can't see. Who can see you? Oh, these guys can. Yeah, do you know what? I think I'm gonna... Actually, where's this chap downstairs? Down there. I don't think you're gonna hit him. Do you want just keep the area fire going over here just now, please? Let's get you just to use up whatever ammo you've got. And we'll just see if we can't saturate the building with fire and cause them problems that way. Bit of a risk. Risky strategy. Certainly this hedge does not provide the greatest protection. Also our guys' morale is in the pits, so that's not going to be particularly useful. I've got no really useful weapon, so never mind. You guys are just about set up in the house. Yeah, okay. And then we'll see what you face. See what you see. I'm not sure how much use I'm going to get out of these guys. Let's at least head them back in this general direction. Touch and go, 6 minutes left. Let's crack on. I think between the amount of surviving infantry the Germans have in the kind of northern section of the map, that's what you can call it. Well, actually, what is it? Western edge of the map. They're not going to surrender. Especially not as they're now returning fire more than we're putting out. So bad first 15 seconds there. One of our riflemen's taking a hit, possibly from... I'm not sure where from, to be perfectly honest. Could be there. Right, more worryingly. So these guys have managed to take another casualty. Some German lurking in the woods. Honestly, digging infantry out of woods is such a thankless task. But I'm just conscious we've done so well in stopping their advance. I would be pretty pleased if we could push them to push them out completely. I'm not convinced we've got the firepower to do so. These guys can see this chap apparently. So we've now got a house-to-house fight. I think has just gone in our favour. Yep, one more dead German. Excellent. Little by little, we'll do what we can. But I think the push over here has come to a shuddering halt, and I don't think any more is really going to happen. Let's concentrate on clearing out this bottom story then. So we'll just going to clear your current tower. In fact, just switch it around. Say, hey, can you help in making sure the people down here are neutralised? Or it is relatively hard to clear out buildings. I mean, you do the odd casualty, but ensuring that everyone is combat and effective is not the likeliest. Well, actually, I don't know where the gap in the hedge is all the way over here, isn't it? I'm gonna have these guys just come along this edge, just to make sure there's no one lurking that we can see. Well, these chaps are clearing out. Okay, all right, not too worried about that then. I think we're just gonna have to get this guy to hold. Say hold position, but don't have to hold fire. Why don't you start firing indiscriminately into these woods? Wherever you can, to be perfectly honest, right? Just do that. See what we can get away with. Tempted to get these guys to cancel their current order. See if they can't get any more spots. No, I'll just leave it as is. I'll leave it as is. You're firing that, you're firing that. You are going to come along and join in. No, it's really just seeing if we can't make our luck stick at the minute. Right. Why can you not see the building from that point where everyone else is shooting it? Alright, I'll let you get there and then we'll worry about that. Okay, let's just keep going. 5 minutes left. At the minute, confidence level, I don't think we're going to dig these guys out. I think we would just take too many casualties pushing in. Our morale's pretty shot. But we're going to do what we can. Right. There's a lot of fire going out on these guys. To not much effect. Oh, that's one more down though. More flashes on our side. He's just suppressed. We need to get them to enough casualties that they decide to run away. Not seen their MG or machine gunner for a while, which is good. Maybe he copped a random bullet, which we can hope. Now, interestingly, if you look at this objective, it stops here. So to be perfectly honest, if they've got a handful of guys in these woods, it doesn't actually matter. Perhaps I should have been aware of that sooner. Well, I should do something with you guys. You are medicing though. Oh, there's another gap here. Maybe we'll just leave the medicing for now. Why don't you come along this way? See if we can open up a few more angles on this house. Meanwhile, yeah, I think I'm just get everyone to keep... Oh, hello. Well, you are someone that needs to go. Okay. New plan, I'm afraid, for you, Carrier. You're gonna pull back. No. These two pull back. I'm gonna change your target over. And you're gonna try and take out this guy. I appreciate you won't be able to shoot until you start reversing for a little bit. But he needs to go. Because he's sitting. Oh, he's not quite in the zone, actually. But still, he needs to go. Which is gonna reduce our firepower on that building, but so be it. Oh, now you've gone too far, you've lost sight of him. I say he's gone too far, obviously I told him exactly how far he should be moving. Oh. Worryingly, they haven't gone the route I was expecting, but... it's fine, I suppose. These guys haven't really moved as well, I need to look into that. Oh, they're about to get themselves killed. That gap in the hedge may not have been a gap in the hedge. Oh my, yeah. So pretty surprised they're not dead. Hopefully these guys will now lend a hand. But that's a worrying prospect. Yeah. Looks like it's just bolt actions on them at the minute, which... survivable but not pleasant. Okay. Need to clear out that guy in the dip. Need to clear out those two. Or those units in the house. I want you guys to come along this way. I would like you to head towards the crater. Not too close, but close enough you can actually see the guy while shooting it. That's not really what I was after. I'm not convinced that's the correct angle, but we'll try that. Again, if this guy's got grenades, that is definitely close enough to do me some damage. So be it. Okay, let's see what happens to our brave Webley man. Looks like he might be going for a grenade, or he could just be pulling out his Webley. Who knows? See what happens. Such as the dangers of pathfinding in the end. Ah, he went down, but Germans are paying for it at least. That wasn't very good though. 2-for-1 trade. That's 2-for-2. Maybe not ideal. Man, there's a lot of Germans in this house. Our brain gunner here still got ammo. Oh, these guys aren't happy. They're shaking. That's why the return fire has stopped. And I really need you to get back in the fight over here. Which, by the looks of things, you still haven't spotted that chap. May have to get some infantry to come clear out. The problem is I'm now running out of time, and we can see there's definitely two units here. Although they're both downstairs. So it may very well be we've convinced them not to hang about in the second story. And it may also very well be that we've actually taken out the guy with the machine gun, because I cannot see him, and I've not seen him for a while. Something new. Maybe if he's lying in the hole, I'm actually better off coming at it from a different angle. Maybe just ignore him, to be honest. Might be a better idea. Concentrate, fire where it's actually going to be more important. Let's do that. Let's pull you back. We're going to head you in towards the fight over here, just slightly. In fact, maybe we'll come around this way. So again, if we maybe get eyes on him, we'll come at a different angle. And we'll just keep targeting that bottom story where all the guys seem to be packed up. And well, you are, at least you're on the right side of the fence. I'm slightly worried there's a guy with an MP40 there, which may not aim particularly well. Oh, well, what we can do, why don't you get yourself up to here? Then could you please put some area fire down on that crater? Ah, come on. I need your end node. Here we go. And then I need you to target fire like so. Perfect. Okay, that's probably a better solution. I probably should have done that first. 2 minutes to go. Let's push on. Appreciate this video's a little bit long-winded, but let's see if we can get to the end. Oh, an excellent, another German casualty. We just need to keep this up. We might stand a chance. Another one. Oh, actually, this is going fantastic. This team here is doing phenomenal work. And another one. Although, what was that? Just came back our way. Oh no, well, just an MP40. Still a horribly lethal weapon at close range, which we are. But these guys, I mean, I don't understand how they're not running for or surrendering. They've lost a large number of casualties now. Here we go, you're getting involved, this is good. That angle is terrible, pushing a tree. Hang on, are you attracting fire from somewhere? Yes, you are. Where's that coming from? Ah, looks like they've recovered their fire base up here, which is unfortunate. Yeah, may hinder us trying to clear this guy out with this chap. And indeed it is. Okay. How is there still so many Germans here? How many men did they put in this house? Okay, let's go back to command phase. All I'm going to do is just get you to move slightly. So hopefully you've got a better angle for actually yeah, hitting the building and not the trees in front. I think we're just going to call it there. Be interesting to see if we get any extra time. Yeah, we are not clearing all these guys out. Oh, come on! Lift your fire a little bit. Especially if these guys, we keep getting shaken, which is understandable. They've had a rough time of it. That's a lot of fire now coming in the direction. This fire's being pretty ineffective though. Just see them sitting in that tree. So I'm not convinced what it's going to be. I had hopes of maybe trying to get enough for the minor victory. The fact we didn't manage to get our Piets to take out that car is going to lose us a fair few points. And the fact we haven't managed to kick these guys out of the objective is also going to lose a few points. So I feel we might come up the wrong end of a minor defeat. But we'll see. Oh no, we got it! We got the minor victory. That's fantastic. Slightly unexpected, but I'm glad we did just enough. Oof. So we failed to hold the objective, so we get zeroed for it. Ah, okay, but they also get zero for failing to kick us out of it. Interesting. So we got 108 points for enemy casualties. I don't know what our kind of target was for that. They also failed for enemy casualties, which I'm pretty surprised about. We got 100 points for the number of casualties we took. 178 men, okay. 52 killed or wounded. 178. I don't think I have that many men on the map. Meanwhile, on the German side, 43 casualties, or 45 I should say, still 50 men left. Let's have a quick look at the map. Let's have a quick review of the map. So, oh, turns out that guy didn't make it. Interesting. Oh, they had an FO team just lurking in this field over there. Meanwhile, so these, okay, I'm trying to work out who were the team. Oh, was these guys? This was the team that took out the carrier. And we didn't get the machine gunner in the end. Okay. You only got one enemy casualty, that's good. So you can take stats to the carrier because he's out of action. These guys were, yeah, they were taking it pretty early doors. These I'm surprised their machine gun teams based up here didn't have more casualties. They were being quite a nuisance. None, none, none. Ah. I wonder how many the FO's going to get. Only 4. Ah, he's not getting the claim for that initial artillery then. So interesting. We did have TRPs along this hedge line, which is you'd expect that. That's the objective. So you kind of blow the snot out of that before you push in. But instead they went back here. No reference point, but it obviously pre-planned before it kicked off. Meanwhile, they still had. Look at that. We'll just entire squad of MP40s. Why can't I? There we go. Just being a bit sluggish. Oh, that was that scout team over there. So we had 1 gunner left in this LMG team, and most of the squad there. 5 casualties. Yeah, good going. 1 for herself. Not much. Oh, how did these guys get on though? Oh my goodness. 13 enemy casualties in this mission. Definite MVPs right there. They were fantastic. Though unfortunately their officer took a hit. And who did they have left at the end? Look, some of these, they're not all dead actually to be fair, but that's a healthy pile of German bodies right here. But they still had a lot of men in this team. Hang on, I just saw the makeup of one of those teams there. Not this one. Oh, it's just 2 MGs. So yeah, again, the machine gunner in this squad didn't die, although it could be that he was. I don't know if the AI does medicing, because obviously I noticed there's 2 MGs in this team, so we may have picked it up again. But still a reasonable number of guys alive in this house. Yeah, and that's it. But yeah, I'm surprised that I supposedly have 178 guys left. Do you know what? I'm going to put in a very, very quick cut, and I'm going to go and count the number of men I have on map. Yeah, so I have 25 men alive on this map. So even then, I think we're still outnumbered by the Germans that are still kicking about. So I'm not quite sure why it's showing that in the end result score. I will not complain to that. So I mean, realistically, we had 2/3 of our personnel on this map killed or wounded. That's pretty horrendous. So I really hope we do not see these platoons again, not without a full refit, because they are not going to get any job done. But I'm impressed they managed to hold the line here. After that first episode and that first 2 minutes, I thought this scenario was just essentially done for. So please, we managed to turn it around. But that is going to be it for this video. So yeah, when we get back in with the next one, new scenario, keep going the Scottish corridor, and yeah, excited to see what happens next. But I do hope you have enjoyed this video, and this has been a very different battle. So maybe we'll get into something a bit more thoughtful and strategic next time. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you all next time.